And welcome to Nantucket Sports Connection and NCTV's presentation of Nantucket Whalers Athletics. This is Charles Douglas, station manager for Nantucket Community TV, live from Nantucket Ice Community Rink. I'm here with an outstanding crew, Sean Davis, doing my usual job, punching the buttons up there on the upper deck, and Andy Yard, giving you all the visuals here from center ice. We're here for our girls varsity ice hockey squad for a special senior recognition ceremony. You can see all the journalists and students and all that out there without skates on the ice because they're getting ready to snap some photos and celebrate our graduating seniors who are all lined up behind their bench, all waving at the camera. And I'm going to turn it over now to Chip Clooney, who's going to give you the lineups. And that is our senior forward for this Whalers girls ice hockey. Yeah, please do. Yeah. Get on the photo. Absolutely. And next up is number 9. Another senior forward, Yelverton, with her brother. Congratulations, Sophia. And number 5, Estella. Estella here with her mom can tell the difference. Congratulations, Estella. And defense lady for the Whalers, Sadie Peterson, our next graduating senior, number 2. Here with mom and dad. Congratulations, Sadie Peterson. And Alex Weisentanner, also on defense. Here with mom and brother. Congratulations, Alex Weisentanner. the Booster Club when he was talking about graduating seniors starting this academic year. Seniors are also recognizing a teacher or other staff member at Nantucket made a big difference in their academic here at Baylor. Now Eliza, her recognized faculty staff member. And Sadie Patterson, faculty. And that's Miss Douglas being recognized by Alex Weisentanner, number 13. And according to my intelligence, namely Mr. Krutek is being recognized as an esteemed faculty member, senior Sophia Yelverton. And that's it. Recognition. Thanks so much for tuning in here at Nantucket Rink to congratulate all of our seniors who've done their school, exemplify the best of Nantucket Whaler sports, and now is getting ready for their 2020 photo. I see our esteemed colleague Curran out there and some other folks. I think I spy one of the from festivities. Mr. also out there taking a shot. And is that Emil out there? Emil who shot a couple things for us at the Nantucket Sports Connection. Of course, he also does a lot. Word, chess news show that we play every Friday at 7:30 on the HD Channel 2, at least during the school year, during the breaker on summer leave. Congratulations again to all our seniors. And yes, February news, because this is a simulcast. My esteemed colleague, Mr. Chris Morris, the voice is over being the voice boys basketball right there. Senior for graduating seniors from the squad. They're taking on Cape Cod Tech Crusaders. Game will be starting right, and our game will be starting in just a few minutes as well. Nantucket Whalers are welcoming Boston the Dragons up in the big city. We'll be talking about that game and a lot more. Really busy action for our Whalers. The team is heading off state tournament action this week. All kinds of great stuff going on. First, I want to acknowledge who make the Nantucket Sports Connection on NCTV, starting with the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation. They have made the students at Nantucket High School in all of their philanthropic, and they continue to do with the support dollar program for academics and dollars for the Boys and Girls Club. So many great programs. And as well, we're happy to be included our broadcast, the Nantucket Foundation, proud supporters of Nantucket and the NSC.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank and sponsor Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of children. For more information on the Nantucket Foundation, go to Nantucket.
Support for the NSC provided by Line Cruises. Year-round high-speed service to 1990. More info, visit cruises.com.
Underwriting support is brought to you in part by the largest law firm in Central Mass. Visit myriclaw.com to learn how to assist you with your legal needs. NC Nantucket Sports Connection business sponsors for their support of Whalers broadcast.
First hoop, Simpson gathers for Nantucket. Francis over to Aguilar. He'll look for three. Got it! Huge shot from Cup.
The Nantucket Booster Club is a between our community and Whalers Athletics.
Volunteering for the Booster Club, it's a blast. More than money, we need members. We need to build our community bigger and better to help our student athletes prepare for the next chapter in their life.
And welcome back to the Bog, as Chris Morris likes to call it, but I am Charles Douglas filling in for Chris Morris. He's over as the boys basketball team gets underway against the Cape Cod Tech Crusaders. We are here for our second home game for the Nantucket Whalers varsity girls ice hockey team as they welcome the Boston Latin Academy Dragons. I have to say Latin Academy because there's also a Latin school in Boston. There's a whole lot of dead languages going on up there. Just joking. It's actually Boston Latin Academy is one of the longest-standing institutions of secondary learning in Massachusetts, as a matter of fact. So a really storied spot up there in the greater Boston area. The Dragons come in here 3-14. While the Whalers are 0-7, they've had a tough schedule, and both teams are actually right next to each other, ranked 33 and 34 respectively in Division II girls varsity ice hockey. So both of them are either 1 or 2 spots out of playoff contention as of today. So both of these teams could reawaken their chances of a postseason tournament berth with a victory here on Nantucket Ice today. It's been just over 2 years since these two teams faced off on island. back then. We brought it to you, of course, live here on the NSC, and you can catch a replay of our extensive archive of hundreds of games at this point. But that game 2 years ago, the Dragons came out on top by a score of 7-1. So the Whalers hoping for a better result today, hoping for more offensive production here on the ice. And if you were here for the hockey game yesterday, the boys, that game ended with the refs running off the clock due to quite a scuffle in front of the visiting team's bench. I expect the ladies will be in a better mood today. Hey, it's Valentine's Day after all. So we're looking forward to some good, clean fun and good sportsmanship, and hopefully some pucks slipping past the goalie for the Latin Dragons here. We've got, again, you just saw the graduating seniors for Nantucket. We celebrated Alex Weisentanner, Sadie Peterson, Sophia Yelverton, Eliza Mansfield, and Estella Groh. So 5 graduating seniors for our Whaler squad. The Dragon squad, they have a couple of graduating seniors as well. On the left wing, Caitlin Sweeney, number 11, and on the right wing, Gabriella Romiza from Rollinsdale, Mass. So congratulations to their graduating seniors as well, of course. Looking forward to a spirited matchup, and looking forward to some great ice hockey. We have one last girls ice hockey game on the docket. That is currently scheduled, weather permitting, as has been the story throughout this winter season, for this coming Wednesday. That's going to be Wednesday the 18th against Plymouth South. And we anticipate going live at 5 p.m. here from Nantucket Ice for that final home matchup of the season. Cutoff for all of our teams, girls and boys, hockey and basketball, is coming up on Thursday the 19th. And that's why Travis and Matt and all the great folks at Whalers Athletics are working with their counterparts at the other league schools, non-league schools, whoever it is, to get as many games as possible in before the cutoff, so that as many teams as possible have their chance to get court time, get ice time, and hopefully qualify for the postseason tournament. Boys basketball already punched their ticket to the postseason. Girls, if you missed the game we called in our doubleheader yesterday, I was here at Nantucket Ice for the boys game where they fell 7-4 to Plymouth North. That's going to make things quite a bit difficult, as Nantucket boys ice hockey ranked 28th as of Friday. That's bound to fall at least a place or two come the next round of power rankings on Tuesday in the AM. Girls did the job, however, in the second of our doubleheader games yesterday. They roundly defeated the Nauset Warriors, beating them on island for the first time in 4 years. And so the Nantucket Lady Whalers are now 9-10. They just have to win their last and final game coming up on Monday on the road versus Sturgis West in order to secure themselves a seed in the postseason tournament for the first time under first-year head coach Angela Patterson. Our Lady Whalers today are coached by Steve Martini, with Michelle Pizarros and Catherine Masali helping out for the Dragons. Our Lady Whalers head coach is Andrew McNeely, along with Max Perkins, Corey Tibbetts, and Jillian Fay. You can always get updates, by the way, because, these game times, they've been changing on an almost daily basis. I think we've got it simmered down now. But if you check us out, Nantucket Sports Connection on Instagram, we're sharing all the updates for our upcoming game times coming right up. We're about a minute from clearing the ice as these teams warm up and getting underway. Again, thanks to my compatriots here, Annie Yard and Sean Davis, for making this game possible this afternoon. Giving you a brief update, by the way, from John J. O'Neill Gymnasium. Whalers are underway against the Cape Cod Tech Crusaders. Are already up 2-0 in early action over there. Thanks again to Chris Morris. Hanging out with Frank Schott, Executive Director of NCTV, and Ashley Klatt on the camera over there. It looks like they started the seniors from that senior recognition. So Colby Lucas starting his first varsity Whalers hoops game. Congratulations to him and all the graduating seniors over on the boys basketball squad. 4-0 now Whalers over there. And here's Chip Clooney with the starting lineups here as the Whalers face the Dragons. We always start, of course, with our visiting team, so we're going to hear the lineup for the Dragons first. And there's Ruby Muse in goal for the Whalers. And here are our teams acknowledging the national anthem. Stella Groh is wearing 25, but she is number 5 on my roster. Just want to make sure that's squared away. And at the faceoff is Sophia Yelverton, one of those graduating seniors, number 9. And right in front of our broadcast position in the perch, that is Estella Groh wearing 25, number 5 on the roster. Dragons control to start our game this afternoon. Whalers regain control. And that's Estella Groh passing it over to Eliza Mansfield. She loses it. And Whalers clear. Both teams having a back and forth so far between the blue lines. Dragons now clear behind the Whalers net. Whalers knock it out of the danger zone. Get it back to center ice. That's Jimmy Verney, the freshman, knocks it forward for the Whalers onto the offensive end. Number 15, Ford Vaisley, an 8th grader, takes a spill. And Dragons regain possession. There at center ice, battling for it, Lorelei Fox, sophomore for the Whalers. And Nantucket regains control on their defensive end. 2 Dragons are avoided, but knocked to the ground is number 20, no call. That's Stella Bernazzani, another 8th grader. A strong squad from Nor'easter's youth hockey coming up for the Whalers. So lots to look forward to in future seasons for this girls varsity ice hockey team. Even with all these graduating teams taking a spill, and whistle calls it dead on the near side here. And we have our first penalty of the game, number 12. Phoebe Fitch, an 8th grader, takes a seat for Nantucket. She'll be out for 2 minutes. So first PK for the Whalers, first power play opportunity for Boston Latin. Shot and score. Nope, no goal. No goal. Looks like she caught it. So first big save of the game for Ruby Muse in goal. But still on the offensive end for the Dragons. Whalers need to clear. Whalers driving forward now. Number 9, Sophia Yelverton, behind the Dragons net. Out to number 13 in front. Close call there for the Dragons. Olivia Shuttleworth had it there for the Whalers. And Wizentanner knocks it forward. Yelverton knocks it around behind the net. I only see 2 Dragons over there, but number 15, Vasey, gets on it. But Dragons managed to clear and drive it forward. .25 seconds left on the power play for Boston Latin. Nantucket intercepts in front of the net, and whistle stops play. 10:25 left here in the first period. 11 seconds left on the penalty. But it looks like number 12 is getting some company. Number 13, Wisentanner, one of our graduating seniors, she gets 2 minutes as well. So refs are lighting things up early. Whalers now down 2 players for the next 11 seconds. And then a conventional power play for the following minute 49 after that. So 6-on-4. Whalers need to clear. Goal shot is deflected by Muse, and puck driven down to the other end of the rink. Looks like Dragons are going to wave off icing, and one Whaler is out of the naughty box. So still a shorthanded shot from the Whalers, gloved by the Dragons. That was Rowan Paul, number 10, the sophomore. Took that shot on goal. .9:54 left here in the first period. 90 seconds left on the second penalty of the Whalers in this still fresh hockey match. Again, number 13 is having a seat there for the Whalers. Alex Wisentanner, one of our 5 graduating seniors. Play call dead again. .119 left on the power play, but face-off on the off for the Whalers, playing shorthanded. That's Olivia Shuttleworth again, number 11, who's going to be on this face-off against the Dragons. Number 2 takes a lob of a shot that's deflected, and Dragons charge forward. Good job disrupting there by Sadie Patterson for the Whalers. Puck back in the offensive end, left less than a minute on the power play. Dragons come up with it across center ice. 44 seconds left in the power play. Just over 9 minutes left in the period. Shot straight over Ruby Muse's shoulder for our first goal of the game this afternoon. That was number 8, Tassie, the sophomore from South Boston, who knocked in the first goal of the for the Dragons. So box is clear now. Both teams back to full strength. 1-0 our score. Boston Latin Dragons over our Nantucket Whalers. So Whalers take a shot, and it is disrupted by number 3, Penelope Walsh, the 8th grader for Boston Latin. So a couple of relatively young teams. Plays whistled dead before the shot, so that wouldn't have counted anyway. 8:31 left in the first period. Face off right here near our shooting position. Number 16, Eliza Mansfield for the Whalers was on that. Dragons still control at the blue line. Knock it right into the Whalers, however. So here's a chance for Nantucket to make something happen on offense. Number 16, Eliza Mansfield driving forward. Getting close to the danger zone, but gets past number 25, Estella Groh, who's officially number 5. And Dragons get it back out to mid-ice. Whalers driving forward once again. Number 15 doing a good job disrupting that for Boston Latin. That's Emma Musali, the freshman from West Roxbury. Shot well to the right for the Whalers by Estella Groh. And a little bit of a hey, how you doing collision in front of our shooting location. On the receiving end of that was Alex Wisentanner. Shot was blocked before it got to the goalie. Wisentanner was hopefully in the way for that. However, another shot saved by Ruby Muse, who deflects it into the waiting stick of a Whaler. Struggle now in front of the Whalers bench. Number 9 takes a tumble for Boston Latin. That was Serena Bardili, another 8th grader from South Boston. And yes, third penalty of this young match, and it's against Alex Wisentanner. 2 minutes. So third penalty in less than 6 minutes for the Whalers here. And have to do something to clear that up because it is another power play opportunity for the Dragons. They've already capitalized on one so far, leading to our 1-0 score. Dragons out at center ice, driving forward. Number 8 tries to get it to number 11. Oh, shot on goal, deflected by Muse. Dragons shoot again, though, and get it in. Here's the replay for Mr. Davis. As you can see there, first shot deflected. Puck leaks out, and number 11, Caitlin Sweeney, was there to get it past the scrum. So 2-0 now. Dragons are up in all of 5 minutes and 46 seconds of this contest. Olivia Shuttleworth there on the faceoff at center ice. Dragons clear it out into the waiting stick of a Whaler. She clears it out behind the Dragons net. Whalers that are there to disrupt. And there's an opportunity for number 11, Olivia Shuttleworth, but it was deflected by a couple of different Dragon players. And back out to center ice. Whalers managed to get it out of their end. Already down 2-0 in the first period. Whalers are going to need to get some shots on goal here to get back in this thing. Scoring update, by the way, over at John J. O'Neill. Whalers already up 25-6 over the Crusaders. So a offensive clinic already underway at John J. O'Neill If you missed the news from last night on the road, Burke Lombardi scored a career-high 38 points on a road game versus Sandwich just yesterday. Five minutes left here in the first period. Whalers struggling to make something happen on offense. They're stuck on their own end again. Shot deflected. 21 was there in front of the goal to make sure that shot got nowhere near. That was forward Vasey getting knocked off. And goal! An opportunistic goal for the Whalers, and Nantucket is on the board. Check out this replay. Is sneaking on in there. Number 14, Lorelei Fox, the sophomore, puts Nantucket on the board. And our Whalers are only down by a goal now here in the first period. That woke up the Whaler bench to be certain. 3 penalties so far. 1 resulted in a goal against the Whalers. But they are at full strength, and they are only down by a single goal now. Dragons, however, come up with the face-off. Down to the left of the net from our perspective here on the perch. Whalers come up with it and get it out of dangers. Driving forward now, number 14, Lorelei Fox. Dragons come up with it. That's 22 driving right on the goal, and her shot just wide to the right. She had Muse dead to rights. That was Gabriela Romiza. A scrum of several players, and ref calls it dead. We're going to check out that goal again. Thank you, Mr. Davis, or that attempt at a goal. Yeah, had Muse shift to our left, her right, so had a big open parking space for that puck, but just could not connect. And this is our first power play opportunity for the Whalers. First penalty of the game. First penalty of the game against number 23, Michaela Romiza, the 8th grader for the Dragons. Whalers take a shot well over the goalie. Dragons try to clear, but Whalers control center ice. 1:40 left in the power play. Whalers need to get some more shots going here. Ref calls it dead. Offsides, perhaps. At 3:06 left in the first period. Minute 32 left on the power play. And face off here near our shooting position at the perch. Coming up with it is number 5. Gets it over to number 12, but pass is fumbled, and Dragons driving forward shorthanded. That's a 1-on-5, and Dragons are not holding on to that one. Whalers come up with it on their defensive end. Battling for it right underneath our shooting position. And Dragon driving forward again, 1-on-1 in front of Muse. Shot saved by Muse. Second shot saved by Muse. And Whalers getting it out of harm's way. Only 32 seconds left on the power play. 2 minutes left in the period. Another shot saved by Muse. And a shorthanded goal by the Dragons. Whalers need to do more to protect the net. And with 1:52 left here in the first period, Dragons are back up by 2, scoring shorthanded. Still 17 seconds left on the power play for the Whalers. Whalers come up with it from the faceoff, driving forward, disrupted. Shot from the point, well wide to the right. And Dragons back on offense, and now at full strength. And just dribbles over the goal line. Extra points for an extra effort there from number 22, Gabriela Ramiza. It was sitting, just waiting right there in front of the goal line, and she swung around and tips it all the way back in. So both teams at full strength. 90 seconds left here in the first period. Dragons now up 4-1. Both these teams a place or two out of the Division II tournament. So a win today will go a long way towards getting them that final number 32 spot. Shot is deflected to the left by Muse. Coming up on 70 seconds left in the first period. Whalers driving forward past mid-ice. Whalers playing keep away. Shot is covered up. Good effort there by the Whalers. Looks like a few words might have been said there about where folks are going to be getting some Valentine's chocolates later. Olivia Shuttleworth, number 11. With a good stick work there. She's on the face-off. Out to number 2, Sadie Peterson. And shot from at least 30 feet out. Scores for the Whalers. Number 11, the 8th grader, Olivia Shuttleworth, with her first goal. So it looks like we're in for a shooting fest here at the Bog. With 36 seconds left in the first period, already 6 goals scored in this contest. Whalers win the faceoff. Driving forward is number 13, Alex Weisentanner. She gets it back, knocks it into some Dragons. And they manage to clear. 15 seconds remaining. Whalers can maybe get a shot off here. But not if they keep getting their passes intercepted like that. 6, 5, 4. And it looks like both teams will be going to the locker room with a 2-point differential. Boston Latin Academy Dragons 4, Whalers 2 after the first period here. Again, this is Senior Recognition Saturday, a simulcast here on the Nantucket Sports Connection and NCTV. We've got our boys Whalers running away with it over at John J. O'Neill Gymnasium over the Cape Cod Tech Crusaders. And here at the rink, the Whalers are running behind, but they're running strong already with 2 goals on the board with 2 periods remaining. You're watching Nantucket Whalers action here at the ice rink. We'll be right back after these messages.
Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
First hoop, Simpson gathers for Nantucket. Francis over to Aguilar. He'll look for three. Got it! Huge shot from Carp.
Nantucket Ice is about community, camaraderie, confidence, jumping in, and being part of a team.
And welcome back to Nantucket Whalers action here at the ice rink. Second period underway. Whalers versus Dragons. It is the first time in 2 years where the Whalers are welcoming back the Boston Latin Academy Dragons. It was 7-1 Dragons that last game. Already the Whalers have put more points on the board in one period than that entire matchup last time. So Nantucket has something to play for here for certain. Both these teams are either one or two places out of qualifying for the Division II MIAA state tournament. So the winner of today's game certainly is going to enjoy what happens to the power rankings coming up on Tuesday morning. Update on the score at halftime at John J. Leo Gymnasium. Our Nantucket Whalers boys basketball team, also just like our girls here, are enjoying their senior recognition. They are ahead 35-16 over the Cape Cod Tech Crusaders. So run away with it over there at the gym. And only a minute 16 in, we've already got our first penalty. And it's against a Whaler. Surprise, surprise. Number 12, Phoebe Fitch, an 8th grader. Got caught that time. So the fourth power play opportunity of this game for the Dragons, and they managed to capitalize within 5 seconds. That was 5 seconds later, folks, when the Dragons managed to make that score. I think it was number 22, Gabriela Romiza, who managed that feat. So, good news is the Whalers aren't shorthanded anymore, but bad news, It's 5-2. Dragons in the lead here in the second period. Next shot deflected. Whalers come up with it. Get it out of the danger zone, out to mid-ice. Shot deflected by Muse. Next shot also deflected by Muse. Whalers have to do more to protect Ruby Muse back there in goal. Finally get out of the danger zone, back on the offensive end. Number 12 takes a shot, deflected. And Whalers still threatening. But turn it over to the Dragons, who clear. Number 20, Stella Barazzani, loses her footing. And dead. And 11:02 left here in the second period. And another penalty, number 5 on the Whalers. That's Stella Bernazzani in the naughty box. So a 5th power play opportunity for the Dragons here. .140 left. Dragons are surging forward. Shot rings wide. And Whalers have it behind their own net. They desperately need to clear and to kill this penalty. Dragons driving forward again from mid-ice. Shot drifts wide. Whalers recover and then send it through their own crease. Number 13 for the Whalers knocked down, no call. Now it's Weisentanner. And Whalers managed to get it out of the danger zone, and now it's a 1-on-2 drive for the goal. And a bit of a pile up there to the left of the goal. That was number 8, Eden Myers, on the effort there for the Whalers. Dragons shift lines, 24 seconds left on the power play. Whalers come up with it. And get it out of their defensive end. Four, three, two, and both teams back up to full strength with no time to waste as the Whalers struggling to clear the puck. As the passing has just been all over the map here. Nantucket just keeps turning it over to Boston Latin, and Boston Latin is all too often taking advantage of those opportunities. Shot goes up and over the goal. Hughes got lucky there. Another shot deflected and knocks it in. #22, Gabriela Ramiza there again, one of the graduating seniors for Boston Latin. Taps it in. So Whalers now down 6-2 here in the middle of the second period. And Dragons come out of the face-off with the puck. A couple of players go flying. Whalers manage to disrupt, get it back out of harm's way. Eden Myers knocks it forward there from the Whalers' defensive end. Megan Olsen there, battling with the Dragon. She was the most recently penalized Whaler. Another 8th grader on this young team. And Whalers clear behind the Dragons' net. .650 remaining here in the second period. 6-2. Boston Latin Academy Dragons over these Nantucket Whalers. Only the second game at home. We had a lot more on the docket when the season started, but a lot of those weather-related cancellations. Big scrum in front of the goal. And Whalers think they got a goal, and finally the horn sounds. After a moment of indecision there. Let's see that replay one more time, Mr. Davis. So that's number 2, Sadie Peterson from the point. And it looks like it was number 3, Jamie Verney, who was there to tap it in. So her first goal of the match. And Whalers close the deficit to 3, 6-3 now. 6:27 remaining in the second period. Both teams at full strength. A lot of penalties on the Whalers this matchup, but not right now. Whalers recover the puck, get it back out to mid-ice. Dragons come up with it behind their own net. Gets past one Whaler. Dragons switch lines. 5.5 left here in the period. Whalers now driving forward past center ice. Number 12, Phoebe Fitch, loses it. And Dragons clear. Shot on goal, well wide to the left. Whalers come up with it. And Lorelei Fox gets it over mid-ice. Dragons get it forward. Bit of a ricochet off the ref there. I'm sure he didn't appreciate. .4:30 left now in period number 2. Whalers down by 3. Puck still behind the Whalers net. But Lorelei manages to clear. And Whalers driving forward. Puck gets away from Ford Vasey, however, and Dragons back on offense. Nice interception there. And Whalers disrupt the latest Boston Latin drive and start one of their own. Chasing down towards the goal. And Dragons knock away. Shot deflected. Whalers come up with it mid-ice. Back to Eden Myers, who clears it. Stella Bernazzani takes a shot. And Dragons goalkeeper covers up. Nice shot from the point there from Stella Bernazzani. 2:45 left here in the second period. Whalers down by 3. Looks like Olivia Shuttleworth, number 11, is going to be there on the face-off for the Whalers. Shuttleworth behind the net. Gets knocked forward, and the Dragons manage to come up with it. And go back on offense. Driving right on Muse, and gets it right over her right leg. Not enough Whalers there to put a stop to that. And, of course, Gabriela Romiza there again on the coast-to-coast drive and shot for the Dragons, who were back up by 4 goals. Largest lead of the game once again for the Whalers with 150 seconds left in the second period. Dragons immediately take a shot, driving forward, deflected twice by Muse. Whalers respond, drive forward themselves, take a shot, easily deflected. Another shot hits the back of the net, and Dragons take it away. Less than 2 minutes to go now, second period. 7-3 Boston Latin Academy. That shot disrupted. Whalers clear out to mid-ice. Teams change lines again. Number 8, Gianna Tassi back in. Her shot, saved by Muse, and Whalers recover. Eden Myers back behind the net. Oh no, Sophia Yelverton back behind the net. Number 9 for the Whalers. Eliza Mansfield surveys, gets it taken away by a Dragon. And they're struggling for it right under our shooting position. Mansfield gets it back. She takes a shot. Saved by the Dragons. So some decent offensive production there by the Whalers. Just good goalkeeping by Boston Latin Academy. 43 seconds remaining here in the second period. Olivia Shuttleworth there on the face-off for the Whalers. Shuttleworth comes up with it. Her shot deflected wide to the right. Another shot barely saved by the Dragons, and they managed to clear it. Megan Olson knocks it out of harm's way for the Whalers. And 9 seconds remaining in this second period. And Whalers going to go to the locker room down by 4 goals. Boston Latin Academy 7, Nantucket Whalers 3 here on Senior Recognition Saturday at Nantucket Ice Community Rink. Scoring update from John J. O'Neill Gymnasium, by the way. Whalers in the fourth quarter, with 7 minutes remaining there, are up 50-26 over the Cape Cod Tech Crusaders. Senior recognition as well for the Whalers on that boys basketball squad. 5 graduating seniors there, 5 graduating seniors here that we honored at the beginning of this matchup. If you want to use the magic of YouTube and hit rewind on the Nantucket Sports Connection live feed we are going right now, you can check out the senior recognition that we started this afternoon's broadcast with. We're now going to thank the businesses and organizations that make the Nantucket Sports Connection on NCTV possible. We'll be back after these words with the third period of action here at the Bog.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs. NCTV Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
First hoop, Simpson gathers for Nantucket. Francis over to Aguilar. He'll look for 3. Got it! Huge shot from Cup.
1965, a group of dedicated Nantucket parents came together with one goal: to raise enough money to develop game film for the football team. The following season, the Whalers went undefeated. These parents became the very first class of the Nantucket Booster Club. Over time, Whaler pride has grown into something far more than just wins and losses on the scoreboard.
Once a Whaler, always a Whaler. 1, 2, 3, Whalers!
Una vez un Whaler, siempre un Whaler. ¡Vamos!
What binds us is Whaler pride. It has shaped our island and student athletes for generations.
Whaler pride isn't just a tradition, it's an identity, a legacy for families who choose to plant their roots here in this community all year round. It can bring generations of island families together, and for Washer children, it can transform an unfamiliar place into a new home. The Nantucket Booster Club is a vital link between our community and Whalers athletics. It helps provide our teams with gear, additional travel expenses, and much more.
Volunteering for the Booster Club, it's a blast. From the homecoming to the pig roast, and most importantly, Hank, our school mascot. We're here to create a fun and welcoming atmosphere. More than money, we need members. And part of this club, you are a member, not just a volunteer. We need to build our community bigger and better to help our student athletes prepare for the next chapter in their life.
Support our kids and Whaler pride by volunteering for the Booster Club. To learn more, please email the address on the screen.
Boston Pops.
Who are you for Halloween?
We're in a tough situation. You guys battled back.
Back to pass the party's not a man in the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Shot. It runs through and it's good.
You got a tie ball game.
It's ahead. Gets it
Loading is open.
Thank you very much.
My mark? Get my mark? Get your mark?
We're so glad that you were involved and you enjoyed the films.
I get to put this out into the community today, and I was really excited about that.
Thank you all for coming tonight.
We're just getting started.
Nantucket Ice is about community, camaraderie, confidence, jumping in, and being part of a team. Falling, but getting back up.
And way over the ball. Quick shot.
It's about being part of the culture, friendships, experience. But ultimately, it's about being on the ice. Located in the heart of the island, it's about being a future for our youth, our families, our community. Come join us. Be a part of our community.
And welcome back to Nantucket Ice Community Ice Rink. We just had to get a little jailbreak action. We had our stuff all safe and sound on the upper deck, and Sean had to go hear nature's call, and we got ourselves a little locked out of our broadcast facility. So thank you to Brian from Nantucket Ice for boosting us out of broadcaster purgatory and making sure we can get back on air here. Though, we still got the Zamboni running, so we're having a good time out here at the rink. Whalers having a little less fun. They're down by 4. 7-3 is the deficit versus Boston Latin Academy as we come into period number 3. But hey, at least all the blood is washed off the ice from yesterday's game, where the boys ice hockey team were having a little fun there in front of the North Plymouth Eagles bench. They're having a little more fun over there at John J. O'Neill Gymnasium, where the Whalers are on top of the Cape Cod Tech Crusaders. Colby just sunk a basket. Colby Lucas, our own student broadcaster, and also one of the 5 graduating seniors from the Nantucket Ice, or rather the Nantucket Boys Varsity basketball team. We're celebrating 5 graduating seniors from our Varsity girls ice hockey team. Again, that's Sophia Yelverton, Eliza Mansfield, Estella Grove, Alex Weisentanner, and Sadie Peterson. So congratulations to all of them. They are out here with their loved ones celebrating and getting their pictures taken with the balloons and all that good stuff. It's February Madness here for the Whalers and for the Nantucket Sports Connection. We've got a couple of games coming up tomorrow. Instead of a simulcast, at least they're only hitting us with a doubleheader tomorrow. So bright and early, brunch basketball. Please do join us. Aspen Sylvia will be on the call with myself, Charles Douglas, for boys hoops versus East Boston. The first time the East Boston Jets will be making the trip over to the island. I imagine they'll be taking a bus and a boat and not an aerial vehicle, but nonetheless, the Jets will be here playing the Whalers. We'll be live for that game at 10:45 a.m. on NCTV HD Channel 1072. And following that immediately, we'll be live here at 1:45 as the boys ice hockey team gets patched up from that messy contest. And they'll be hosting Pembroke for the first time here at Nantucket Ice Community Ice Rink. We'll have one more simulcast on Monday. On Monday, we've got boys basketball versus Sandwich. Of course, that Sandwich was chomped on yesterday. Burke Lombardi with a career-high 38 points as the Whalers stomped the Sandwich Blue Knights over there on the road yesterday. We're going to be hosting the Blue Knights on Monday. That game will be live right about 12:15. For varsity play. I think JV's playing before that. And then Aspen Sylvia will be over covering that game with my colleague Frank Schott, Executive Director of NCTV, directing the broadcast. I'll be over here with the same awesome crew, Sean Davis and the director's chair, Annie Yard here on camera 1. I think we'll have Ashley Klatt in camera 2 as well. For boys ice hockey, they'll be playing Abington Monday afternoon. We'll be live at 1:45 for that matchup as the Dragons and the Whalers take the ice here at the rink. And to round out our season, girls ice hockey will have their third and final home game coming up next Wednesday. They'll be playing host to Plymouth South. We'll be live at 5 p.m. on Nantucket Sports Connection YouTube and NCTV HD Channel 1072 for that. And boys ice hockey to finish their home season and to finish our live regular broadcast season for winter. That'll be next Thursday, February 19th. Boys ice hockey will be hosting North Quincy, another first-time visitor here this winter season for NHS Whalers and your Nantucket Sports Connection. Final score in from John J. O'Neill Gymnasium. Whalers over the Cape Cod Tech Crusaders. Final score there, 60-33. So congratulations to the boys' varsity basketball squad for their senior recognition afternoon. Had a good time against the Crusaders. And thank you to Chris Morris, Frank Schott, and Ashley Klatt, who were on the crew for that contest. We, however, have 15 more minutes of play here at the Bog as the Whalers try to catch up here, down by 4 against the Boston Latin Academy Dragons. To put things in perspective, though, last time the Dragons visited, again, the Whalers fell 2 years back by a score of 7-1. So Whalers already showing improvement, down by 4, 7-3, and we are underway. Whalers need to put at least 4 goals on the board to extend play. Whalers win the faceoff, driving forward. Shot disrupted by the Dragons, however. Whalers come up with it. Shot deflected by the goalkeeper for the Dragons. And Boston Latin Academy comes up with it. Driving forward has been the constant threat for the Dragons, number 22, Gabriela Ramiza. She controls on the far side. She knocks it away, past and no one in particular, and the Whalers now back on offense. Take a shot, and she's knocked off of her skates. No call. That was number 13, Alex Weisentanner, getting disrupted by the strong Dragons defense. Shot on goal, deflected by Ruby Muse. Dragons recover. And refs whistle the play dead with 13:32 remaining in regulation. No penalty on that whistle, and we're back underway. 7-3. Dragons over Whalers. Covered up in goal. Whalers putting good pressure on over there. Have got to take some risks here, down by 4 goals with only 13 minutes left to use. Dragons rounding behind their own net. Whalers trying to disrupt, but Dragons manage to get it back out to mid-ice. Whalers intercept. Number 2, Sadie Peterson bringing forward. Whalers threatening. Puck through the crease. Pass to Jimmy Verney, the freshman for the Whalers, did not connect. And Dragons try to reset. Dragons get out ahead. It's a 2-on-4 drive. Pass disrupted, but then point-blank shot is saved by Muse. That shot was from number 12, Mia McCarthy, freshman from West Roxbury for the Dragons. 12 minutes remaining in this hockey match. Whalers need 4 goals to tie, 5 to win. Dragons driving forward from mid-ice. Saved by Muse next. Gets quite a bit luckier, though. Take a look at the replay on that one. Thanks to Mr. Davis there in the director's chair. And looked like number 13, Aubrey Sparrow, who was able to take advantage of that. A freshman from West Roxbury. West Roxbury. That's right. And it is 8-3 now, Dragons. 11:35 to play here in the third period. Whalers managed to clear out to mid-ice. Dragons come out behind their own net to reset after a scrum underneath our perch. We're located here in between the respective penalty boxes and benches of the Whalers and Dragons. Whalers knock it clear to mid-ice. Coming up on 10 minutes left in regulation. Whalers now down by 5. Knocked at her feet, number 4 for the Whalers. No call. Face-off now on the Whalers' offensive end. .10:03 remaining. Whalers need to get something going quick here. Although 3 goals, I might point out, is more than the Whalers have scored in a single game this whole season. So definitely some increased offensive productivity from Nantucket. They've just got to not let the Dragons camp out in front of Ruby Muse there. Whalers recover at their own blue line. Dragons intercept. Dragons take a spill. And ref might be calling a trip on that. Yep, number 9, Sophia Yelverton, is into the box. That's the 6th penalty on the Whalers this afternoon. Though at least it was the first of this period. So Dragons now on the power play. They're on the Whalers offensive end. Shot goes wide behind the net. Ford Vasey manages to disrupt. Shot deflected by a Whaler player. That was number 2, Sadie Peterson, protecting her goalie. 1:15 left on the power play for the Dragons. Whalers doing a better job shorthanded, actually protecting their goalie here and disrupting these shooting opportunities for Boston Latin Academy. Whalers clear puck back out to mid-ice, but Dragons recover. Diving in front of it, the Whalers manage to clear. 32 seconds left on the power play. 7:48 left in the third period. Whalers trying to kill this penalty. Dragons again threatening. Shot. Gloved perfectly by Ruby Muse. Let's get a replay of that. And 10 seconds exactly left on the power play for the Dragons. And it'll be a face-off. Whalers down by 5. And 5 seconds left. Whalers managed to clear. Out to mid-ice. And back up to full strength. Whalers send Morgan Gamble, the 8th grader, out there to fill their complement of 6. And Whalers are back on offense, albeit briefly. Dragons managed to get it back out to the timeline. Under 7 minutes ago now, third period. Whalers down by 5. Shot deflected. Another shot also deflected. And a backwards pass to no one results in a clear back to mid-ice. Whalers need to reset here and not turn it over like that. Dragons back with the puck right here in front of us in the perch. Whalers intercept. That was Eden Myers who gets it forward here to Phoebe Fitch. Powerful check. It looked like a legitimate check by the Whalers here, but ref whistles it dead. And we've got a Dragon down on the ice. Looks like Olivia Shuttleworth is going to take a seat in the penalty box here with 5:57 left in the third period. 8-3 in the score. And, yeah, our Dragon's still down on the ice. We're going to take a break here on the Nantucket Sports Connection while we attend to the needs of this hockey player. Whalers versus Boston Latin Academy Dragons. Whalers down by 5 here at the Bog.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
First hoop, Simpson gathers for Nantucket. Francis over to Aguilar. He'll look for three. Got it! Huge shot from Cup.
Girls are strong. Girls can throw. Girls can play football if they have a determined mindset. Girls don't have to just look pretty. They can pack a punch, believe me. My name is Ashley Klatt. I'm on the Nantucket Whalers football team, and here's my story. Girlhood to me was very different than a lot of people's girlhood. I grew up watching the Dallas Cowboys every Sunday with my dad, my sister, and my entire family, and I just loved watching the game, all aspects of it, and I just wanted to get that hands-on experience.
And we're back here at Nantucket Ice Community Rink. Glad to say that our seen to by medical professionals. We always want spirited but healthy play for both teams visiting here at Nantucket Ice. Whalers, as you can see on your screen, are down by 5 with just under 6 minutes left here in period number 3. And that was indeed a penalty on the Whalers. Olivia Shuttleworth, the 8th grader, a 5-minute major. So she will be leaving the Whalers shorthanded for all but the last 56, 57 seconds or so of this contest. Dragons threatening. Shot goes wide to the right of Ruby Muse in goal. Whalers trying to get puck out of the danger zone here and do so back to the blue line. and managed to clear. Welcome if you're just joining us from the other game of today's Saturday simulcast for Valentine's Day here in the Nantucket Sports Connection, where our Whalers boys varsity basketball team win 60-33. We hear that Colby Lucas was one of the lead scorers of the first half. So congratulations to Colby Lucas, who, of course, is one of our own student broadcasters here in our Sports Connection team, and he's going to be going to Syracuse University to study sports broadcasting in the fall. So I'm sure we'll be working for him in a few years. Whalers struggling here, down by 5 against this tough Boston Latin team. But they managed to clear. That does count as a shot on goal, as my director Sean Davis just pointed out to me on the comms. So Whalers are taking shots, but Dragons have just been solid in net throughout this game. That attempted pass by the Dragons goes wide. Whalers recover and get it out of harm's way. Driving forward now, number 15, Ford Vasey. Again, Whalers playing shorthanded due to that major penalty. 2:40 left on the penalty, 3:35 left in the contest. And play whistle dead. .334 left, third period. 2:38 left on the penalty. And face off on the Whalers defensive end. Shot saved by Ruby Muse, who wisely covers the puck. 3:06 remaining in the contest. 2:09 remaining on the penalty. So a 57-second differential where the Whalers will be back up to full strength. Face off on the Nantucket defensive end. That's one of our graduating seniors, Eliza Mansfield, on that face-off. Shot from the Dragons, blocked by the Whalers. Number 2, Sadie Peterson, another graduating senior who clears it down to the other side. .244 left in this contest, 1:44 left in the box for the Whalers, number 11. Offsides the call on the Dragons with 2:32 remaining. And face off near our shooting position. Annie Yard doing a great job providing all your visuals today, along with the ghost of the House of Siam running camera 2 up top on the upper deck. Highly recommended, by the way, the new snack provider here at the rink, Foggy Nantucket. Make a damn fine cup of coffee, I can guarantee that. And I've had their spicy chicken sandwich before. I got no notes. 2 minutes left here in this contest. 1 minute left on the major penalty against the Whalers. So still on the power play this whole time. Shot deflected by Ruby Muse. And Whalers come up with it and clear. Sean Davis with the replay here. Beautiful deflection. Whalers doing a better job in these final minutes of not letting the Dragons just camp out right in front of the goal. No goalies can be able to stop point-blank shots one after the other, to be fair to Miss Muse. Oh, shot, a major opportunity for the Dragons. Shot rings right off the post, but Dragons player takes a shot that time. Looks like that's number 9, Serena Bardili, 8th grader, down on the ice. And that's another penalty on the Whalers. I've lost count of how many those are in this contest. And it's Sadie Peterson in the box this time, so at least the Dragons player is on her feet and on her way back to her bench. 15 seconds left on the major penalty. There's now a minor penalty for 2 minutes on the board, but of course there's only a minute 11 left on the game clock, so pretty much guaranteed Whalers are going to be shorthanded for the remainder of this contest. It's going to be 6-on-4 for the next 11 seconds, and then 6-on-5 until the conclusion of the match. Whalers get lucky so far, but deflection by Ruby Muse. Another great shot by Gabriela Ramiza. And Whalers driving forward shorthanded. Only shorthanded one player now, 6-on-5. Another deflection by Ruby Muse, who covers up with 43 seconds remaining on the game clock. Decent shot by center Gianna Tassi, the sophomore from South Boston. And another face-off on the Whalers' defensive end. Number 9, Sophia Yelverton, one of our graduating seniors, in for the Whalers. Ford Vasey on the face-off. Another shot from Ramiza. And another save by Ruby Muse. 6 seconds. Contest. Minute 25 left on that penalty. Not that it matters at this point. Dragons set up another shot. Disrupted by number 16. Eliza Mansfield, graduating senior, who hits the ice. 20 seconds remaining in the contest. Shot disrupted. Dragons set up for one last shot on goal. 10 seconds. And Whalers managed to knock it away. 2-1. And that'll be it for this contest. Whalers versus Dragons, and Boston Latin Academy had the better of the afternoon with 8 total goals for the Dragons versus 3 for your Nantucket Whalers. As both teams acknowledge each other here at center ice. A somewhat more peaceful result than the hockey contest yesterday. But congratulations to both teams. And again, the result from the other game of this simulcast Saturday. Whalers over the Cape Cod Tech Crusaders at John J. O'Neill Gymnasium. Our boys varsity basketball team also with their senior recognition. One last time, thank you. And congratulations to our 5 graduating seniors, Sophia Yelverton, Eliza Mansfield, Estella Groh, Alex Weisentanner, and Sadie Patterson. Patterson, thank you. Apparently my eyes are getting old up here. But Annie Yard's here to save the day. Annie Yard, of course, giving you all the visuals this afternoon. Up here in the perch with me, Sean Davis on the upper deck, at least when he's not locked out, is doing his damnedest to give us all the replays and directing all the visuals from both cameras this afternoon. And congratulations to our crew doing a damn fine job for the other simulcast. That was Frank Schott, Executive Director of NCTV Directing, with Chris Morris on the call, and Ashley Klatt on camera at John J. O'Neill. So I think that's all she wrote for this afternoon's contest. Thank you to the Golf Club Foundation, to Myrick Law, to Highline Cruises, and to all the great businesses and organizations that make the Nantucket Sports Connection possible. This is Charles Douglas, station manager for Nantucket Community Television. We'll be back for doubleheader Sunday, brunch basketball versus East Boston, live at 10:45 at NCTV HD Channel 1072, followed immediately back here at the rink as boys hockey welcomes Pembroke. The third and final girls hockey contest is coming up next Wednesday, as the girls ice hockey team will be welcoming Plymouth South. So for all of us from the NSC on NCTV, good night, and see you tomorrow as February Madness continues here on Nantucket Sports Connection.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.